To answer some of your questions, I have never seen a man who wanted a sandwich in the store again after our last encounter. But that isn't important, because the next person I want to tell you about is even weirder than the last. This one still freaks me out to this day. So about once a week, there was this guy that would pull up to the pump and just lay on the horn until I came out. First time this happened, I almost called the cops. I just assumed the guy was drunk driving. My coworker shook it off and he told me that this was normal and to just turn the pump on and go out there and pump the gas for him. This was a bit odd because we just weren't a full service gas station. I was new at the time, so I went out and I did as my coworker said. The man said he wanted 20 of the tank. The first thing that struck me as odd was he wouldn't look at me. He just stared down at the floor with his hood over his head. So I took the $20 bill he handed me and started pumping the gas. This was obviously a normal thing because my coworker had already turned the pump on. The guy did have good taste in music at least. He had it blaring, so that was a little annoying. I started pumping the gas, and when the song started to quiet down and start transitioning into the next song, I swore I could hear whimpering. My head perked up, and I tried to listen for the sound, but didn't have any luck. I finished pumping and hung the nozzle back up. As soon as I did that, the guy took off down the road. I just chalked it up to him being an asshole. My coworker said that he does that every time. I put the 20 in the register and finished up my night without any problems. The following week, when I was closing again, I saw the man pull up. He wailed on the horn again, and I walked over to the register and turned on the pump. I walked outside and he stopped honking. He said he wanted $20 and handed me the money. He still didn't make eye contact with me and had the music blaring again. This time as I was pumping the gas, I swore that I could hear the sound of yelling coming from somewhere. I stopped pumping and asked if he heard anything. The guy didn't even look at me. He just turned the music up and told me to hurry up. I quickly finished pumping the gas and he tore down the road again. I tried to push it out my mind, but what could I do? The guy was obviously unhinged. I didn't want to push him off and find myself in the back of that trunk. I promised myself, though, that if I saw him again, I'd call the cops and have someone check out the back of that car. The following week, I was all alone during the 2-hour period that I closed, and he pulled up. He lays on the horn like usual, so I ducked behind the counter and pulled up my phone to call the cops. I tell the dispatcher that I believe someone's in danger and where I was. She tells me a patrol car will be there as soon as it can. She asked me to give her the plate number, the vehicle, and so I slowly poke my head around the side of the counter and see if I can get a good look at the car. I saw that the guy was still staring at the floor of his car and just laying on the horn. I told her the plate number was, and she told me to sit tight until a patrol got there. I figured the guy would leave if I didn't go to the pump, so I went out and wanted to stall for time before the cops got there. He saw me step out, and he let off the horn. He motioned for me to hurry up, but I tried to walk as slow as I could to draw out the time. I finally got up to the window, and like always, he handed me the 20, and I started pumping. I pumped about $5 into the tank, and told him that the pump had shut off. I told him I needed to go back inside and reset the pump to get it to work. He shook his head, and I made my way back into the store. I had just turned on the pump when I saw a state trooper pull in. The man didn't even react to the trooper. He just kept his eyes on the floor. I could tell he still had the music blaring because it looked like the cop was yelling at him to turn it off. The man complied, and I could see the cop try to pull out his gun. The man was quicker than him, though, and shot him in the chest and knocked him to the ground. The man finally looked up at me through the glass windows. I've never seen so much rage in someone's face before. He looked at me for what felt like an hour. and then tore off down the road. I called 911 again and told them they had an officer down. Within minutes, the station was swarming with cops. I could see them going up and down the highway, looking for the car. I was questioned for about an hour following the incident, so they could get any info about the driver they could get. They didn't find the vehicle for a few weeks after the shooting. The car was out in the middle of the woods and had been burnt. Upon searching the wreckage, they found the body of a young woman that had been missing for about a week. There was apparently a string of disappearances over the last month, all young women. They didn't find the driver at the scene, and still haven't to this day. I worry every day that I'm going to be closing one night, and I'm going to hear the wailing of a horn from the pump. I really don't know why I keep this damn job, but as afraid as I am of these people, they fascinate me as well. Maybe I'll tell you about more of them in the future. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you guys next time. And always remember to face your fears.